thank you for pressing play. If you are coming back, welcome back. And hey, how you doing? I hope all is well with you. If you find anything interesting on my channel, I invite you to subscribe as well as turn on the notification buttons. And I would also ask that you share this video with somebody that you love and care about who you think may find this helpful. So, for today's conversation or today's topic, I want to talk about why the narcissist love bombs. Now, let's start by describing what love bombing is, and it's real simple. It's a means to an end. It's what the narcissist does to trap you. It's what they do to make you feel like this is the relationship. Because if we knew that they were a narcissist and that they were really only after certain things for us, like they look at you as prey, they study you and they move in for the kill, period. So if we knew that's who they were, who would want to be involved with that? Like, seriously, nobody. So they have to love bomb you, and it's very deceptive, but this is the narcissist's secret weapon. And honestly, that's the thesis of all of this. They love bomb you so that they can secure you as a source of supply, period. Nothing more and nothing less. Now, love bombing is the very first stage of the narcissistic abuse cycle. There are three phases to it. It's love bombing, or what we also call idealization. The second one is the devaluation stage, and the third one is the discard. But today we're focusing on idealization or love bombing, right? So when you first encounter the narcissist, however it happens, they see you and they are attracted to you for whatever reason. Now, it's different strokes for different folks. They know what they're looking for. So they may find you attractive, and so they want association with you. They want or you may be somebody with a reputation that they feel could be beneficial for them. This is all part of clout chasing. You may have money and they may want your money. They may want sex. They may just want to be able to say, look what I could bag, and feel good about themselves. When it comes down to fuel sources, really all they want is attention, admiration, adoration, and affection. That is it. That is the core of what narcissists want. And so, really, like I said earlier, it's just what they do. It's their secret weapon to secure you. Because if we knew how demonic they really were, then yeah, we would not be interested in them, period. Myself and even you and several other people would not fall for them. And so they have to be very deceptive. And so this is where they do the love bombing. So one thing that they do during the love bombing is they study you. Like you become so important to them, or they have a point to prove to themselves that they can overcome you, they can get that power and control over you. They study you as if their life depended on it. They study you as if there is a PhD that's going to be awarded to them afterwards, and technically there is in their crazy minds. So part of their studying is going to require them asking you a lot of questions about yourself. And it feels like, oh, my boo is so interested in my life and what I'm doing and things that I like, and that type of thing. But the only reason why they study you so hard is so that they can mirror you. All that mirroring you means is that they will present you back to you. So technically, you end up getting feelings for your own reflection. So it may be, for example, like you may say, oh, I love sushi. They may never have tried sushi, and this is real basic. And suddenly they love sushi, and they're saying all this just to gain, just to form a bond or get a connection with you. Or you may be, I enjoy hiking, and they may never have been hiking, and suddenly they love hiking. It could be, even with bigger things, whatever it is, you may have a passion for traveling, podcasting, talking, writing, whatever. Suddenly they have a story to align with what you like. They mirror you. And this is, like I say, it's to foster a connection with you. It's not a genuine one because, they're making it up just so that you can feel like there's a closeness that is there between you. And part of what mirroring does is it makes you feel like you've met your soulmate, because it's like your twin flame has suddenly presented themselves, and they're so in tune with you, and they care about you because they're spending, they're spending time to get to know you, and they're asking you what appear to be relevant questions, but there's a hidden agenda behind all of this, and it's not for your benefit. It's not for the benefit of your relationship moving forward in a positive way. It's to take advantage of you. So so we said, and another thing that they will do is they will move the relationship along very quickly. This is this is a sure sign that you're being love bombed. That relationship will move along quickly. They want titles. They're professing their love for you, their affection, and all of these things, just to make you feel, unbalanced, because it kind of keeps your head in the clouds, if I could say that, because you're getting immense amounts of attention, and that attention translates to lots of dates. They will text you, call you, email you constantly. So it feels like, oh, we're really bonding, or they really are into me. You'll think they're really into me, and they care about how I'm doing. Lots of sex, lots and lots of sex. And like women, our bodies release the hormone oxytocin. And what oxytocin is, it's a bonding hormone. And so once that hormone starts to be released, even in these toxic relationships, it just heightens everything. And so if you're already feeling unbalanced, and now you have oxytocin at work too, it just intensifies things, and it can, it throws you off a bit. And it's like I said, it's like your head is in the clouds, and it's overwhelming. You get lots of compliments. They'll compare you a lot to their exes, and this is not normal. This is not normal. They'll compare you to your ex, and they will call their ex every name in the book, everything except the child of God. They will degrade them, and while simultaneously putting you on a pedestal. And you've got to be aware of that. You've got to be careful with it, because there's really nothing positive about a man who will talk negatively about a woman that he spent time with, that he may have been married to, who could be the mother of his children. Like, if they can talk about her like that so freely. And I guess that, not I guess, but this also does go for men, because narcissists are not just men, they're women too. So just flip the roles. But if they've carried your child, and they've done all these things for you, why talk about them like that? So don't feel flattered that you're in a pedestal and the ex is like low down, but that really should be a red flag. That should be a signal that something is not right here. I do remember mentioning to the narc that I was with that, don't do that, don't say that, or if you're going to do it, just don't do it. And what happens is, when you start putting boundaries, they don't like it. And that's another thing, that's one thing about narcissists. They really don't like boundaries. So once you start trying to enforce boundaries, no, you kind of like become an enemy to them. So, you're going to be getting a lot of undivided attention, a lot of gifts, and they may become overly needy. And like I say, all of this is going to make you feel overwhelmed, and these feelings will intensify over time. And you may also find yourself feeling like everything feels so good to be true, too good to be true. And if anything does feel too good to be true, you have got to believe that it is too good to be true, and pay attention to that. You end up waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, when is something going to happen? You just keep waiting and waiting for that moment. But just be mindful of how you are feeling. Stay in tune with your body. And that's something that I wish I would have paid attention to, because even though the signs were going out, but I guess for me, my head was just so in the clouds, because finally I'd met somebody who was, all the things that I wanted in a man. But hello, we talked about what I was looking for. We talked about my experiences. So he knew who to be. And so be careful when you start sharing parts of yourself, and your experiences and stuff like that. Be careful, because they may just be collecting data to get you, you know? So, even though it may feel like a soul connection, sometimes you're going to encounter relationships that are healthy and the person is not a narcissist and could be a very good mate for you. Here's one thing that you can do. If you feel like the relationship is moving too fast, simply tell them, like, hey, listen, I like you and everything, and I enjoy what we have here, and I'm interested in seeing the potential of what we could have, but it's moving too fast. Any man who is respectable, who respects himself and respects you, will say okay and slow things down. Yet at the same time, he will still maintain some stamina to let you know that I'm still serious about you. I just respect you enough to slow this process down so that you can be comfortable, but I'm going to keep my foot on this gas and keep it moving so that you know that I am serious. A narcissist will be like, no, and be ready to be out, or they will, like, that could be a narcissistic injury that you unknowingly, unleash fury in them. So, that's one thing. And another thing, like I was saying earlier, is like when you start enforcing boundaries, yeah, any healthy person will be okay with you having boundaries. We should all have boundaries, and we personally should respect our boundaries, and so should those around us, especially when we're trying to, be involved with them intimately and, possibly build a life with them. So they should be willing to respect your boundaries. The narcissist will not. So, love bombing, it may feel good, and it not even that it may, it actually feels good until it doesn't feel good. Don't ignore what your intuition is saying. Your intuition does not require evidence. Trust the feeling. That is God's way of speaking to you. It's not an emotional thing. It shouldn't be an emotional response, but it's just that gut feeling where like, okay, pay attention to that. Pay attention to how your body is responding. Sometimes you find people who are involved with narcissists end up having migraines and a whole host of other health issues. So just pay attention to how you're feeling. If something feels wrong, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So, that's in a nutshell what love bombing is. I hope that you did find this video helpful. If you did, thank you, and come back again next time. Like always, love yourselves and love each other.